Alright, this video will show you how to approach recording and, well, creating and recording a B section for your minuet composition. So by this stage, you should have completed the A section of your minuet recording. So when you hit play, it should sound like this. Now, again, don't worry if you can't see this keyboard. I'm just using this keyboard here to demonstrate the notes that I'm playing. You don't need that. Okay, so hopefully you've hit play and it sounds like that. And now it's time to work on our B section. Now, there is a number of ways that you can approach the B section. I'm just going to show you one way. So I've thought of a little melody that goes for 8 bars. And I'm just going to play that melody for you now. This is one approach. You can actually create the melody on the keyboard before you input the notes. So I'd just like to remind you before I show you my melody that we are in the key of G major. That means this is the scale that we're using. All of the notes from G to G with F sharp, not F natural, because this note is not in the key of G major. All Fs need to be sharpened for the sake of this piece. Okay, so this is the scale that I'm using. And here's the little melody that I've come up with. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's the melody that I've come up with. Now, of course, you could just record that melody. If you're a confident piano player, for sure you can record that melody if you like. And you might like to choose an instrument. You may create a melody and go, oh, I really think that melody would sound great on the flute. So then you can select, I'll just get rid of this keyboard while I do this. You can select woodwinds, flutes, and you can try that melody on the flute. And you can play that, you can go ahead and record that melody just on the flute. If you are going to record it, what I would suggest is move this yellow bar. So see, I activated that yellow bar by clicking on it. You can also do it by clicking here. And then move this yellow bar so that it begins just at the B section here. And the advantage of doing that is, well, I'll show you right now. So I'm going to hit record and I should have just one bar in. 1, 2, 3. Now, see how my click disappeared then, as in the click stopped? So you need to actually turn it on, and then we'll try that again. Let's click record again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you can see that I played relatively in time because the notes are appearing rhythmically exactly how I intended. But you may find when you go to record that actually the rhythms are not looking exactly the way you intended. So for example, I'm just going to record over the top of this one. I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to record over the top. And watch what happens now. I'm going to deliberately play a little bit out of time. 2, 3. Okay, so I deliberately played a little bit out of time there, and you can see two things. First of all, it created another take over the top. So if I click this little arrow down, you can see this is the first take I did, which was nice and in time. This is the second take I did, which is really not that in time. And you can see here the rhythms are all a bit weird. They look strange. Now, if you just can't seem to get your rhythms feeling good or looking good, but you are determined that you want to play your B section, one trick that you can use is called quantize. Now, if you go over here, see this little quantize off button. Watch what happens if I do this. I'm going to select 8th note, and the reason I'm going to select 8th note is because the fastest rhythm that I tried to record was an 8th note. So I went ta, ti, ti, ta is the rhythm that I intended. And I didn't try and do anything faster than that. So if I select 8th note, look at that. It's nudged every note to the nearest 8th note, and it looks a lot neater. So that's one way you can do it, guys, is you can actually use the keyboard to record your B section. And then if you're not happy with the rhythms, you can quantize that way. Of course, if you are planning on using 16th notes or ticker tickers, you should set the quantize to 16th notes there. But anyway, if you're not a confident keyboard player and you would like just to use the step editor or score editor to input your notes, well, we can do it in a similar way that we recorded our A section. So we click on this region, make sure you click inside here so you get your selection of notes. Now remember that my melody was ta, ti, ti, ta. Okay, so I'm going to select ta, and it was an E to start with. Now you need to make sure the cursor's back here. So there's my E, ta, ti, ti, ta. So I've got ta, now I need, and then I had ta, ta, ta. So I go back to ta. Now, for some reason it's created these weird ties. I'm not sure why it did that. Oh, okay, because this note should have been a ta, that's why. So if it does that, that's okay. You can just delete, put the cursor back, and go here. Now, boys, that is the approach of playing the melody in.